lot of those videos back in 2017. Got a cigarette. I started smoking when I was about 25, and so it's been about 5 years. And so now I have the authentic writer's experience. It's a pretty awesome thing to know about. I know what it's like to be an artist. I have several opinions on it. But in general, like, one of the main points I wanted to get across is that art, like, no matter how selfless or no matter how audience oriented you are, no matter how much you try to, appeal to certain, demographics, whatever, art production is inherently pretentious. Like, you have to be pretentious to be an artist. You have to be pretentious on some level to say, this little thing that I can do, only I can do, and only I can do in this way, and only I can do to make it mean this thing. Like, there's so many lines of pretentiousness that goes into any sort of creation of art. So, like, if you have this sort of hang up that you want to write, but you don't want to be a pretentious author, dude, you're going to be a pretentious author. Like, if you want to paint, but you don't want to come across as too high strung or whatever, you're going to be a pretentious painter. It doesn't matter. Like, you have to let go of that final step of ego where you're prejudging yourself before you actually produce anything. Because perfection is the enemy of the good. I look back at my books all the time and I see mistakes. Like in my magnum opus, $1,000 an hour. One of my central arguments is about pi, which is 3.14159. And in the recorded version, that's what I say. But if you actually look at the text, one of the mistakes that I reference after the essay is the fact that I wrote something like 3.15159 or something like that. Like, it was a casual mistake in transcribing pi. And the thing is, 99% of people would not get it because they don't think about pi that deeply. And the 1% that would get it know that my argument holds up in the rest of the categories such that, it's not rigorous or anything. It's just a casual sort of argument that I put forth to this ostensibly unanswered question. Is pi a normal number? Can we actually deduce whether or not an infinite number of individual strings can be represented in pi? And I put forth my argument about why that would be. And, it seems to work. It seems to be pure math, so it doesn't really have that much of a use. Like, I'm swinging my legs. Like, that's why you keep saying my feet. And I got my dirty shoes on. Like, these are the shoes I use to cut my yard. Like, I also use them to walk around the neighborhood and stuff. Like, I dress up nice when I'm going to meet people. But when I'm in my own element, like, I really don't care about being seen as a trash boy. Like, I had a blog once on Tumblr called Basura Boy because it's like, it's just, I also had an aesthetic blog called The Riff Raff Aesthetic because I don't particularly care about my personal appearance. Like, I like Jing from Hunter x Hunter. Like, he is a scrubby dressed guy, he is, he's got his little turban and his hair is poking out between it, and he's got his well-worn clothes and stuff. That's the kind of guy I am. That's the kind of hunter I am. But, in general, yeah, back to art production, it's going to be a little pretentious on some level. Because to be an artist is to say that your art is worth something specifically because you could produce it. Like, that on some level has an air of pretension. And you're going to have to get over that. You're going to have to get over yourself if you're going to make some art. You're going to have to start out shitty. Like, even as a writer, like, I was always a good writer, but I had to take AP classes to get to that next level. I had to go to college to get to that next level. And then when I went to my master's program, I realized, wait, there's no level after this. I'm already A+. I'm A++. I'm getting A's in all my classes with 20 minutes of work. Like, this is, like, the stuff that it takes someone a week to produce, it takes me half an hour, and I still get, like, the highest grade in the class. Like, this is absurd. Why am I paying money for this? This is ridiculous. But, I was gaslit into going. That's just how it works. It doesn't matter how logical you are in this life. It doesn't matter how reasoned your arguments are. It doesn't matter what you have to say. You know, if someone doesn't believe your position, they will dismiss it outright. And that goes along with the propaganda model that Noam Chomsky laid out in Manufacturing Consent. It's scientifically proven, it's rigorous, there is no contradiction here. It is literally just the way the news works. Like, there's a reason why my videos don't get that many views. Like, it's not that many people see them or that not that many people care. It's just that, you know, I have some axioms that may diverge from the general populace. I have some axioms that may seem a little absurd on their face to accept, you know. I have some metaphors that may be a little spicy for the general public, but you know, that's just what it is. I am a Maronite Christian, and I approve this message. So talk to me, see if you watch this whole video, talk to me, leave a like if you want, like whatever. I really don't care about the metrics that YouTube uses to expand its algorithm. Like, I'm only doing this specifically to record my own stream of consciousness thought process and, you know, to look back on it and reflect it, see if I made a good point, see what else is going on. But otherwise, you know, I'm just chilling. I'm just chilling at the park. People are coming and going, and you know, the lake's there. They removed some of the chairs. Like, that chair I used to train on over there a few years back, they removed that chair. So that's that. But you know, other than that, you know, I'm just taking it day by day. You know, I'm 30 years old. I'm at my apex. I'm ready to die. Woo!